Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about the important questions of chapter superconductivity, right? So in superconductivity there are various questions which are very important in this chapter. First question is define superconductivity. It consists of 2 marks, right? Second question is what is critical temperature? Then state and explain Misner effect. Second question, it is again of 2 marks. State and explain Misner effect. It consists of 3 marks. It may be of 3 marks or 4 marks. Then define critical magnetic field. Again it is of 2 marks. Then the transition, and this is a numerical. In fifth question is a numerical, right? So the transition temperature of lead is 7.2 degree Kelvin. However, at 5 degree Kelvin it loses its superconducting property if subjected to a magnetic field of 3.3 into 10 to the power 4 ampere per meter. Find the maximum value of H which will allow the metal to retain its superconductivity at 0 degree Kelvin, right? So this is an important numerical. Next numerical is the critical field of niobium is 1 into 10 to the power 5 ampere per meter at 8 degree Kelvin and 2 into 10 to the power 5 at 8 degree Kelvin. Calculate the transition temperature of the element, right? Next numerical is next question, differentiate between type 1 and type 2 superconductors. This is also an important question, right? So here question 5, it consists of 7 marks. Question 6, again it consists of 7 or 8 marks. Then 7th question, differentiate between type 1 and type 2 superconductors. It may be of 6 marks or 7 marks, so we have to make 6 to 7 points in order to differentiate between type 1 and type 2 superconductors. Next question is define persistent current. It may be of 2 marks. Next is derive an expression for London's equation and find London penetration depth. It may be of 7 mark or 8 mark, right? Next question is state and explain BCS theory. It may be of 4 marks, right? Next question is define Cooper pair. It is of 2 marks, right? These are some of the important questions in chapter superconductivity, right? Again some more questions in superconductivity. Next numerical is the critical field is a function of temperature and obeys, this is the formula for critical field, that is Hc is equal to H naught into 1 minus T square by Tc square. This is one of the important formula from which numericals we can use, which is used in various numericals in order to solve various numericals, right? Where Hc is the critical field and H naught is the field at 0 degree Kelvin, right? And Tc is the critical temperature. Next formula is for isotope effect, that is critical temperature is inversely proportional to 1 by root m, right? So here Tc is the critical temperature and m is the isotopic mass, right? Next formula is for Silsby rule. Here for Silsby rule, Ic is equal to 2 pi into Hc. Here Ic is the critical current and Hc is called critical field. These are some of the important formulas related to superconductivity, right? Okay, next chapter is again same from the same chapter. The formula for first London equation. The first London equation is dJ s by dt is equal to ns e square e by m, where the symbols have their usual meanings. Now second London equation, the second London equation is del cross js is equal to minus mu naught ns e square by m into h. Curl of js is del cross js. Here mu naught is the permittivity of free space, ns is the number of superconducting electrons, E is the charge on an electron, m is the mass of electron, right? And h is the field. Now London's penetration depth, it is given by lambda. Here lambda is equal to m over mu naught ns e square power 1 by 2. Here symbols have their usual meanings, right? So these are the some of the important formulas related to the chapter superconductivity. Now next chapter is X-rays. So we will discuss about the important questions of the chapter, not X-rays, EM waves and EM waves and dielectrics. After that we will continue for the X-rays, right? So this chapter is related to electromagnetic waves and dielectrics. So first question related to EM waves is write physical significance of gradient, curl and divergence. This question appear in exam uh, in short question, as a short question, and it may be of 3 or 4 marks, right? Physical significance of curl, gradient, variance, right? Next question is, what is displacement current? It appears as a 2-mark question. Define a dielectric, again 2-mark question. What are polar and non-polar molecules? 2 or 3-mark question. Define polarization of a dielectric, again it is of 2-mark question. What is dielectric constant? Again it is of 2-mark question. What is electric field intensity? 2-mark question. Define electric polarization of a dielectric, again it is a 2-mark question. These are objective type questions, right? Short answer type questions, we can say. Next question, 9th question, define dielectric polarization and explain different types of polarization. It appear in exam, and it is a long answer type question. It may be of 5 or 6 marks, right? Here we discuss the definition of dielectric polarization and different types of polarization, right? Okay, next question is, derive Maxwell equations and give their physical significance. It is a very long answer type question. It appears in exam as a 8-mark question, right? We have to derive 4 Maxwell equations here, and also we have to write the physical significance. Next question is, show that the equation of continuity is contained in Maxwell equation. That appears as a 4-mark question, or it may be written in this form: starting from Maxwell's 4th equation, establish equation of continuity, right? It may be a 3 or 4 marks question. Next question is, write 4 Maxwell equations in differential form. You just only write, you don't have to, there is no need to derive the 4 Maxwell equations in 12th question. Only write 4 Maxwell equations. What are the 4 Maxwell equations? That is, del dot D is equal to rho, then del dot B is equal to 0, del cross E is equal to minus curly V by curly T, and del cross H is J plus curly D by curly T. These are the 4 Maxwell equations in differential form, right? So remember to write the vector notation on those equations, right? If you are not using the vector notations, maybe your marks will be deducted in that case, right? Next, these are very important questions as per paper point of view, right? And these are important questions related to chapter EM waves and dielectrics, right? So next, again, EM waves, some more questions which are related to this chapter are: what is a scalar field? 2-mark question. What is a vector field? Again 2-mark question. What do you mean by electric flux? It is a 3-mark question sometimes. What are electric lines of force? Again it may be a 2-mark question. State pointing theorem, 2-mark question. What are polar and non-polar molecules? It may be a 2, 3 or 4-mark question. It may be a 4-mark questions. You have to sometimes it appears as a 2-mark question, short answer type questions in some papers. It's very important. Next important question is, define polarization of a dielectric, right? What is a dielectric constant is also an important question, appears as a 2-mark question, short answer type question. What is electric field intensity? Again it is a short answer type question, consists of 2 marks. What do you mean by electric flux? Again it is an important question, right? What are electric lines of force? It is very important question. Write Maxwell equations in free space, very very important question, right? What are properties of electric lines of force? Again it is an important question. What do you mean by solenoidal field and irrotational field? Again it is very important question, right? So what you know that solenoidal fields and what are irrotational fields, right? Solenoidal fields in which divergence is 0, and irrotational fields in which curl is 0, right? Curl of vector is 0, right? Can a point in space have a non-zero potential even when the electric field in the space is 0? Yes or no? Yes, it's very important question. What do you understand by gradient of a scalar field, and what is its significance? It is also very important question, right? These are also important questions related to the chapter EM waves and dielectrics, right? So next topic, next important questions are related to the chapter X-rays, right? So X-rays, important question. First important question is, write introduction about X-rays and write principle of production of X-rays, right? And second is, what is the origin of X-rays? First question, introduction and principle, it consists of 3 marks. Sometimes it appears in exam as a 4-mark question, not long answer type, very long answer type. So we can say it is a long answer type question. What is the origin of X-rays? It is a short answer type question. It consists of 3 marks, right? It may be merged in some other question. Explain characteristic and continuous X-rays. It appears in exam as an 8-mark question. State and explain Bragg's law, or state and explain Bragg's law of X-ray diffraction. It appears in exam as a 7-mark question. Very important, very important question. Next is explain X-ray radiography and write different applications of X-rays. It is also an important question. Define Bremsstrahlung or braking radiation. Very important, very important. It appears number of times in the previous papers, and maybe it will appear in this paper also, which we are continuing, right? And next is a numerical. An X-ray tube is operated at 25 kilovolt. Calculate the minimum wavelength of X-rays emitted from it. Right, here we are using the formula lambda is equal to 12400 over under root v. Under root v, here v is 1225 kilovolt, converted into volt, 25 into 10 to the power 3 volt, right? So after that we will calculate the lambda. Again, next numerical, an X-ray tube operates at 13.6 kilovolt. Find the maximum speed of electrons striking the target, right? Again, this is again formula for lambda. Here we find the maximum speed, right? Okay, this is an important numerical. Next, again it is a numerical, ninth question. In NaCl crystal, sodium chloride crystal, the spacing between the specific plane is 2.82 angstrom. Here we can say spacing means d, right? So this is the formula, this is the question for from Bragg's law. So here we will calculate lambda, and we know the formula, Bragg's law, formula for Bragg's law, that is 2d sine theta is equal to n lambda. Here d is given, right, and theta is given 8.8 degree, and n is given, n is 1, first order Bragg reflection. So first order Bragg reflection means n is 1. So 2d sine theta is equal to n lambda. D is given, 2 is given, d is given, theta is given, n is given, and we calculate lambda, that is wavelength, right? Next question is again X-ray of wavelength. Lambda is given, theta is given, n is given, right? And lattice constant, we have to find the lattice constant of sodium chloride crystal in question 10. So in that case, lattice constant is d. So we have to find the value of d. 2d sine theta is equal to n lambda. All things are given, and we will find d, right? Okay, next numerical is calculate the glancing angle on the cube. This of means, so we have to calculate the glancing angle, that is theta, right? A is given means interplanar spacing is given. It is in angstrom, we have to convert it into meters, right? So this 2.184 in 10 to the power minus 10 meter, and it corresponds to second order reflection, means n is 2 and lambda is 0.710. So we will calculate the theta, and all other things are given. Okay beta, these are also very important questions related to the chapter of X-rays, right? So thank you very much.